Hello dear friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Mukesh English. In this video we will discuss an interesting short story titled All Creatures Great and Small, written by famous short story writer Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond was an eminent contemporary Indian writer of British descent. He authored more than 500 short stories, essays, novels, including 64 books for children. He was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award in 1992 in Dehra for his famous work Our Trees Still Grow. He was also awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and the Padma Bhushan in 2014. Many people have unusual pets because those are far more exciting than the ordinary ones. The story begins with the likes and dislikes of grandmother. Grandmother was tolerant of most birds and animals, but she never liked reptiles. But one day, grandfather bought a young python for 6 rupees for a snake charmer, and it was not welcomed by the grandmother. She fainted at the sight of the python curled around grandfather's throat. She insisted that the python must be immediately taken back to the snake charmer, but the grandfather justified that he is just a very young fellow and he will soon get used to them. But grandmother keeps telling him that she has no intention of getting used to him, and also he knows well that his cousin, called Aunt Mabel, was coming to stay with them the next day, and Aunt Mabel will leave them the minutes she comes to know that there's a snake in the house. Hence, grandmother wanted to get rid of the python. The grandfather was afraid that the python may find its way to the poultry house. The grandmother insisted that he should lock it in the bathroom and go to bazaar and find the snake charmer and return. Now, grandfather had to take the python into the bathroom where he had placed it in a steep-sided tin tub. But the grandfather was not able to find the snake charmer. When he comes back, he finds that the python had escaped from his bathroom through the window which was open. Now they are unable to find the python. Both of them could not find python anywhere. Now Aunt Mabel has arrived at grandfather's house for a 3 week and a couple of days visit. Aunt Mabel happens to see the python in the garden and she comes screaming towards the house. She informed to both of them that she saw a snake and the snake was staring at her from the guava tree when she was reaching for a guava. She also told that it was looking at her in a strange way and it was 20 feet long. After this incident, the python began to make a series of appearances, often in unexpected places. Aunt Mabel was extremely shocked to see the python under a cushion. She packed her bags, and this made grandmother intensify the hunt for the python. Next morning, the narrator again sees the python curled up on the dressing table, gazing at its own reflection in the mirror. A little later, the python was seen again in the garden. Then again, it was seen on the dressing table, admiring its reflection into the mirror. So the python was least bothered by others' observation as he was fascinated by his own reflection into the mirror. Now the grandfather has understood the weakness of the python and starts planning to catch it. He prepared a large cage with a mirror at one end. In the cage, he had left a juicy chicken and various other delicacies and fitted up the opening with a trap door. By the time Aunt Mabel had left, for a few days nothing happened. Then, as the narrator was leaving for school one morning, he saw the python curled up in the cage. He had eaten everything left out for him and he was relaxing in front of the mirror with something resembling a smile on his face. So the narrator lowered the trapdoor gently, but the python took no notice as he was lost in his handsome reflection. Grandfather and the gardener put the cage in the pony trap and made a journey to the other side of the riverbed. They left the cage in the jungle with the trapdoor open, but the python did not come out of the cage. The grandfather did not dare to take the mirror away. It was for the first time he had seen a snake fall in love with its own reflection. In the story All Creatures Great and Small, Ruskin Bond highlights the theme of connection, friendship, attachment, power, anger, and preservation. He tells about his grandfather who was fond of animals. He too liked the animals whom his grandfather has kept as pets. The relationship between grandfather and grandmother is also analyzed. The relationship between humans and animals is the main theme of the story. Dear friends, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like the video, comment, and subscribe the channel. For more videos, stay connected with Mukesh English. Thank you once again.